Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the weekly MMA Cycles Market Update. This is Gianni DePoci, your host. You might notice that the background this week is a little bit different. I am in Europe right now, but markets are still moving, and so are the stars. And as it's Wednesday, it's time to review what's going on. So let me go ahead and share my screen. We can start off by looking at the Dow Jones, which has spent the last couple trading sessions digesting its impressive gains from the previous week. And so we're coming out of this low from the 27th of October, which was in one of MMA's critical reversal date periods. And as we are in another one right now, we started off this week with Venus trine Pluto. And then today on the 8th, Venus is ingressing into the sign of Libra, a sign that she rules. So I need to be on alert for another reversal here because we saw the Dow take out this high from October, but not the S&P and Nasdaq futures. And then looking ahead over the next couple of days, there still is no shortage of intense geocosmic signatures. We have Mars opposite Uranus on the 11th, followed by the Sun opposite Uranus on the 13th of November, the same day as a new moon. So, geopolitical tensions are subject to additional escalation here. But if stocks can make it through this period without a significant reversal, I think that's a really good sign as evidence continues to build that long-term lows are complete. Let's go ahead and jump over to the Nasdaq cash. You'll see what I'm talking about here. We've not taken out this high in the Nasdaq cash from the 12th of October. But if we can at least, make a higher low. I mean, if the Nasdaq makes a higher high first and then makes a higher low, then that would pretty much confirm a new bull trend. But with Uranus especially being highlighted in these next couple days, we need to be alert for abrupt reversals or even breaks of key technical support or resistance levels, because with Uranus, you never know what you're going to get. It's either going to be a breakout or a massive reversal. So that's what we're looking at in stock markets right now. Let's jump over to interest rate markets and take a look at the yield on the 10-year Treasury. We've been coming down from multi-year highs earlier in October. And then to start this week, like I said, we had a trine between Venus and Pluto. That wasn't really enough to reverse this market back higher. Granted, we did start off the week with a rally in interest rates, but ever since Monday, we've been coming back down. This is obviously good for bond prices. Interest rates are coming down, and it's also been good for stocks overall. So, working on forecast analysis for 2024, would definitely recommend you check that out because evidence is starting to build that various long-term cycles are unfolding in interest rate related markets. And especially as we look ahead to next year, we have two of the three exact aspects between Jupiter and Saturn forming a square. The first is going to be in August, the second in December. And so, Jupiter rules central banks, Saturn rules foundations, and bonds are the foundation of the global economic system. So needless to say, we're in a very critical time for bond markets, especially as the U.S. government is set to borrow more money than it ever has in history in the fourth quarter of this year. I want to jump over to gold, which is in the time band for a trading cycle low, coming down from the high of the 27th. So far, Mars through Scorpio has done exactly what we expected it to do with respect to gold. And then on the 1st of November, we had heliocentric Mercury going to Sagittarius. That can correspond to rallies in gold, and it started off on a good note, but we've been coming back down. Heliocentric Mercury will move into Capricorn on the 12th of November. So just a couple days left. And if we can avoid a total breakdown, like I said, we are in a reversal period now and a cycle low is due. So as long as a higher low forms in gold, our generally bullish outlook remains unchanged. I want to take a look at crude oil here and some interesting price action here, breaking lower. And, this is definitely a tailwind for bond prices. In other words, interest rates are coming down off of potentially lower inflationary pressures. Now, this could be also good for stock markets as stocks have struggled with higher energy prices over the last couple of years. From a geocosmic standpoint, really nothing over the next week or so that points to a reversal of significance just yet. But again, with Uranus involved and even the opposition between Mars and Uranus leads one to believe, could geopolitical tensions be a catalyst for another reversal? But this is a pretty nasty move down. And, we're looking for a potential half primary cycle low here, but Yeah, this is probably not bad for equity markets overall. So just keep that in mind. Let's take a look at Bitcoin, which continues to consolidate within its bull flag formation. This is also doing exactly what we wanted it to do. We don't want to see it rise too fast, but insofar as having the potential to continue rallying higher, we have our sights on the Jupiter Uranus conjunction next year, and that could correspond to a significant move in Bitcoin. Now, I'm going to jump over to Ethereum because we've been sharing our studies on this and how Venus going into the sign of Libra tends to correspond to 20% or greater moves in the price of Ethereum. So that's happening today. So we have to be on the lookout for either a 20% move up or down. My bias is to the upside, but what the market does and what I think it's going to do not always have to line up accordingly. Last and certainly not least, going to take a look at the euro here. Looks like the dollar formed another lower high against the euro. So this reinforces the downtrend in the euro. And it looks like we're seeing some notable capital flow shifts in the currency market, in the sense that, could a rising dollar actually be observed with stocks and bonds? Is something that we are watching here at MMA over the next couple of weeks and months, and think you should too. So that's all I had for this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. We did send out the monthly cycles report for all subscribers this past week. Our analysis up to date on stocks, bonds, commodities, and currencies was sent out. This upcoming week, we have the Shanghai report. And don't forget, we still are in forecast season. Time is running out. Pick up your copy of Forecast 2024 at www.mmacycles.com. So that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you next week.